to the first video of OK Change, I thought that would be a good idea to just start by going through the Oklahoma webpage just to kind of get an idea of what it looks like. And I just think it will be an overall good starting platform to sort of dive right into what I want OK Change to be about, which is just essentially to engage in some civic development for the OK State residents and to work on education. I'm mainly doing it for just the average layperson like myself whose family doesn't have a really big history of being involved in politics, never voting outside of just presidential elections, yada yada yada. I'm wanting this to kind of be a journey for myself and for others who want to come along with me on just kind of getting more involved, a little more educated, and maybe discovering some things that we just didn't even know were there. So, let's dive right in. I got to this page. You just Google Oklahoma, it's one of the first links that pop up. Obviously, starts off with a video, and then we have a couple of things right here, top.ok.gov, which describes it as wanting to be transparent Oklahoma performance, which, I think is very, very great. Takes you to this web page here, opens up a new tab, so that way you can just go back and forth quite easily. Oklahoma has set out to use existing resources to drive change and progress. Transparent Oklahoma Performance is the Oklahoma Performance Transparency website housing. Top goals and performance-informed budgeting, government dashboard, or just Gov dashboard, I guess, government efficiency, coronavirus aid, relief, and economic security under the CARES Act and the American Rescue Plan Act, or ARPA. So, all in all, good. I'm not necessarily looking for anything conspiracy wise here. I'm just trying to familiarize myself with what my state has. And right now it looks like it's trying to be a lot more transparent in how it does things, runs things, etc., etc. And this is stuff that I can get behind because I think transparency is important, especially since this is our state. We should know how it's run. Top goals and performance informed budgeting, fostering a healthy Oklahoma. Nice, good. 27.1 billion sounds like a lot, but this is a whole state, so I guess expecting things to run in the billions is, to be expected. And then it looks like we also have some investing in our safety and infrastructure. Always good stuff. Modernizing our education and workforce system, expanding economic prosperity, and delivering government effectiveness and accountability. Nice. Okay, so let's see here. Moving on, looks like we are going to get a vaccine, obviously good. So, these next few boxes here, it looks like we have the real ID, find a DPS location near you for an Oklahoma real ID. I don't know too much about that. It's like another form of identification. I think it's supposed to help in citizens vote and that there's no voter fraud. I haven't looked into that a whole lot. Hunting or fishing license, very important for Oklahoma resident. Renew your Oklahoma car tag. DPS, and again, as you know, DPS is also involved in real ID, so there's that. Then birth or death certificate. So then we scroll down a little bit more, and then popular resources. We have travel in Oklahoma. Explore Oklahoma today, find a place to stay, grab a brochure, and enjoy the adventure. Businesses and communities. Oklahoma living costs are as much as 40% lower than the national average, and I believe that. And with world-class workforce development programs, we're making it easier to plug into the Oklahoma business. There's also work for the state, job openings. If you're interested, if you're looking, click on the job openings, see what they have. Maybe it's something you can do if you're not satisfied with the job you have currently. Oklahoma State Parks. So we have 2 travel okay things right here. One, explore Oklahoma today, and then travelers looking for something different. State parks. I do think our state parks are really nice. the Wichita Mountains. Lots of places to discover. This is the building businesses and communities, which is, again, important. Yeah, I think this is awesome. I'm actually really happy that my state is pouring a lot of resources into this because, I don't know, it's just easy to read, it's easy to find. Oh, potential risk ahead for following this. We're just gonna go ahead and accept that risk and continue. So there's that. Oh, this is pretty neat though. I like this. I think this is just a really neat, cute way to sort of highlight some greatness about Oklahoma. We go down here. These are important. Find an elected official. This does not work. Um, Interesting. And this isn't something that's like, oh, are you sure you want to continue onto this page? There's just not a page to be found when you click on find an elected official. Don't know if this is just a bug, don't know if this is something they're aware about and working on. That's okay. Find a local agency works. That's good. Look up open data. Yeah, looks like this works just fine as capital tour request. Okay, so this sends us to like an old school web page. Clearly not as refined, not as polished as the one we were just on. It says Oklahoma State Legislature up top. And then going back here, going back down, of course we have Governor Stitt and then Lieutenant Governor, I guess, Matt Pinnell. Not that those guys aren't important, it's just that's not going to be the focus on this. Going back to this web page, this could definitely use some love, but at least it's here. And again, it's important. The Oklahoma State Legislature is something I want to learn more about, something I want to help others learn more about. I signed up for their email list before, and then I unsubscribed. But you do get frequent emails when you sign up. These are hard to read. Just so you know, that says daily floor activities, and underneath is find my legislator. And then they have the OK House of Representatives Twitter, which is, good to follow to help stay informed. Again, but the thing about staying informed is that I just feel like that this is just a lot of information, and I mean, it's like, duh, it's a state government, but geez, I don't know, it's a lot to kind of absorb, and this website, as I said, is not as polished as that website. I really hope that they kind of update this one, make this one an easier flow. So if you want to find your representative, it looks like they have this uh, easily this setup of like an Excel spreadsheet where you can find your representative by district, and then I don't know what LA name is. I'm not sure what that's about, but I mean, this is fairly simple. And again, not that polishing a website is everything. This is functional. This is functional and this works. The font, I think, should be adjusted a bit. It seems a little small. I'm scrolling down here because I was actually able. There she is, Trish Ranson. I was actually able to meet her when I was obviously living in her district, District 34, and I found her lovely. She met with me. She responded to her email fairly quickly. Obviously, I can't guarantee that for everyone. It depends on their schedule and then how many people message them. But this is something I think people should do. You should message your representatives. You should get to know them. You should have your representatives get to know you, is a better way to phrase that. And then if you need to find who your member is, then here's this handy dandy link. Okay, so if the last one was functional, I would describe this one as kind of just surviving. Um, Geez. Okay, so again, it's not very easy to read and understand, and I I'm also thinking of this of I have like older relatives and stuff who would really struggle with not only this font but then the colors, and you have address 1 in the first box, address 2 optional in the second. You have your city and then your state, which hopefully Oklahoma, and then your zip. Um Geez, okay. If your zip code is represented by more than one legislator, you may need to enter the zip code plus 4 digits to find your legislator. You can look up the 9-digit zip code at the U.S. Postal Service. Okay. This website's bad. This is hard to read. I really hope that they update these websites, because these websites are important. It's important to be able to to read and find these. These are the runnings of the state. And Senate home. Okay. Okay. This one's a little nicer. My computer's taking a second for it to load. But alright, trying to be accessible. See, this is a nice one. This is a nice one. This is polished. You can sign up for news from the Senate. I have not done that yet. Okay, the tabs easier to read. Again, maybe the font could be a little bit bigger, but it's definitely not as bad as as the legislature one. And then, God, this is nice. Different ways to search. Again, my computer is taking a bit to load this, but there's 48 senders, and you can just scroll down and find them there. All right, nice. I want to take time to explore these a little bit more, but as this is just an introductory video, then the last thing I want to check, again, very important, I didn't find one of those quick links on any of the other web pages, but this is the OK Voter portal. It's very important to make sure that you are registered to vote. In my past experiences, while this website's been functional, it's, as in, it's not like super polished. It's easy to use. It's pretty easy to follow. Again, last name, first name, day of birth. Make sure you're registered. Just, if that's the only thing you do today, just double check that super quick. It shouldn't take long at all. It shouldn't take long at all. Just to know your status, because everyone should be registered to vote, have that ready to go. So yeah, so for a first, I guess, introductory video, this will just suffice for now. Again, I'm just doing this on my own, and I want to reach other Oklahomans to just try and get involved in your state. This is the place where we live. This is the place I was born, raised, grew up. This is the only state I've ever known, and I feel like I don't even know it that well, and I would really like to. Just reach out.